released yesterday. CBS's Peter King.
They say they've taken steps to quarantine and control any further spread of infection, including quarantining anybody who may have had contact with two people who have the measles.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
AM 1300 KGLO.
.32 here at your hometown news station, AM 1300 KGLO, streaming live online at KGLOAM.com. And our conversation right now also being streamed at our KGLO News Facebook and KGLO News Facebook and a KGLO AM 1300 Facebook page as we talk with Jessica Wood, who is joining us today as the finishing touches being put on a new ice skating rink for Clear Lake City Park. And Jessica, thanks for joining us. I know we had the little story on after the Clear Lake Park and Rec Department had their social media post, I think, on Thursday, which really got a lot of shares and likes and whatnot and comments. And then I know that Jacob Widman, the city finance director, talked about this at the previous council meeting a couple of weeks ago. And then you reached out to me to talk a little bit more about it. And I said, let's get you on the air and let's talk all about it, because it's kind of a unique situation that this is all, the financing for this has all been private donations.
Yeah. Hi, Bob. I kind of just had an idea that it would be super fun to put a skating rink in downtown Clear Lake. I thought it would be really magical for events like the Kite Festival and Christmas by the Lake. And so when I sat down with Parks and Rec and the city, it just wasn't in the budget this year. And so I said, well, what if I got all private donations? Would you agree to store it, maintain it, assemble it, because it's a modular rink? And they agreed. And then I started raising the money.
When we talk about a modular rink, maybe explain, how the setup of that, because obviously it's something that gets set up and torn down every year.
Yeah. So it's kind of like hockey boards around the edge. And then there's a tarp that holds the water in. So it's much easier to maintain than like a big park that needs to be flooded. It's just, about 6 inches of water inside of hockey boards. And we do have Merriam Park in Clear Lake, but that doesn't have bathrooms and it has less parking. And it's great for, it's a huge rink and it's kind of a beast to maintain. But I thought this would be, a smaller rink would be nice to have too.
And right downtown, and a lot of people can go down there and use it. And, like you mentioned, we, get some events here in the next couple of weeks with the Kite Festival here in a couple of weeks, as well as a lot of people going on, doing stuff around town that they'll see that rink and obviously maybe get an idea to use it.
Yeah, I think it'll bring a lot of people to the downtown businesses too. If they're coming downtown to skate, they'll stop and go to Cookies, etc., or get coffee, or patronize those businesses during the winter, which would be great.
As we continue along here with our conversation with Jessica Wood, and let's go back to what you mentioned about it wasn't in the budget. And I know, the story that we ran, Jacob Widman said it was in the budget, but then they had to shift some things around, and that's the way typically city budgets always work.
Yes.
But just talk about, you picking up the ball after that, and then raising, all the funds to get this project going, because I'm sure that was quite an effort to find some people that were interested in this type of a project.
Yeah, I was actually very lucky. One of the first people I sat down with donated almost half the money. So I wasn't expecting that. But when I got the ball rolling and that people were excited, then I felt an obligation to finish the task. So I was kind of worried that I was going to have to personally fill in the gap if we didn't raise it all. But it ended up going really well. And it took about a month to raise all the money. And the community really stepped up. Parks and Rec was a great partner. The city was a great partner. But really, it was all those local businesses that just stepped up to the plate and were willing to donate right away.
Did you want to mention some of the donors?
Yeah, yep. I have a list right here. So first was Clear Lake Bank and Trust. They were a founding partner. First Gabrielson Insurance, CL Tel, and then the next tier was the silver sponsors, Dean Snyder Construction, the Chamber of Commerce, Amelia Rose Realtor, And then we had a few entry-level sponsors, Bob Wolfram, Dandyland Farms, and James Jackson. And then Bob Leisure donated the donors or the sponsor signs. So Leisure Signage donated the signs that I'm going to hang up there.
All right, very nice. When I know when the Parks and Recs put out that announcement on Facebook to say, hey, this is here in the park, but kind of stay off of it because it's not ready to go. Are we getting close to ready to go?
Yep, today. So today at 4, we're going to have a very little grand opening ceremony. And then after that, it should be good to go. My husband just came home, got a shovel, and is going to go shovel it off right now. So should be good to go today about 4:15, I'd say.
All right. And you want people to come down and join in the festivities, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yep. Anybody who wants to skate, it's open to the public. So.
All right. Anything else you want to add about this project?
No, it was really fun, and I hope everybody enjoys it. And my long-term vision would be to do more out on the lake. So.
All right. Well, Jessica, we appreciate you reaching out, first of all, to me, and then agreeing to come on the KGLO boating program here to talk a little bit more about that. And hopefully we get some people there to celebrate today just after 4 o'clock.
Yeah, great. Thanks for having me on.
All right. Thanks, Jessica. Jessica Lloyd here on your hometown news station, AM 1300 KGLO, talking about that new ice skating rink in Clear Lake City Park.